After what felt like weeks of torrential rain and the most violent electric storms we've experienced since we moved to Portugal.
And we were lying in bed thinking like it must have struck something.
And just days before we're due to get a roof on this house, we were looking at worst case scenario. And our build site completely flooded. But before we get into all of that, let's start where all good stories start, right at the very beginning. It is absolutely pouring with rain. We've been waiting for this order of wood, and also because the weather's just been so bad. But it's for John to build the knot tank into a knot garage, or to make the tank a knot tank and then make it into a knot garage so that we can move stuff out the knot garage, which is absolutely leaking like a sieve now. Everything is getting out soaked. John needed to find some shoes this morning and he came back, he's like, they were under a drip in the knot garage. I was like, oh, sorry. So anyway, we've got the wood coming in and hopefully we can get started when it's maybe not like actually torrentially pouring down from the sky. Anyway, the last time this poor fellow came and offloaded wood for us here, he got stuck. It was pretty horrific. And that was my fault, because I told him to drive all the way up to the veggie garden and he got massively stuck. Oh, it's so wet and muddy everywhere.
Off my shoes. Obi. We've got the start of a new project today. It's going to be a big one. It's going to be pretty exciting. Also, Marcus will be working over the other side of the house, building a stone retaining wall up, so we'll keep an eye on that. And we're expecting quite a lot of rain later today as well. So, well, let's see how much we can get done before that rain comes in. First things first, we've got a wood delivery. Okay. Okay, well, we're going to need to let some of that water out, I think.
Yeah. Ow.
So what are we doing here? Well, the idea is to turn this water tank, old water tank, into a storage barn. I'm hoping that this will become the workshop, the tool shed, that kind of stuff. So there'll be just a few walls, a roof, a door. Shouldn't take very long to build, I'm hoping anyway. But first of all, we've got to get the fish out of the water.
And I got an egg, so I'm an egg boss.
All right, boys, I got a good idea. We got to empty some of this water so we can find the fish, right?
Yeah.
Let's go and empty some of that water. We've got to go down to the biopool first.
Yeah, and then I dropped on this, and then I just stayed up on the net back in there.
Let's do this. Let's get rid of some of that water. It shouldn't be too difficult.
Dad, look at these icy things I'm killing down. Can help.
The thing we really don't want is for any of that water from the water.
To the biopool.
Exactly, Crusoe. We don't want it to go in the biopool, just in case a fish comes out and goes in. Hopefully we're going to collect all the fish, so that won't happen. But also, there's all sorts of things in the tank up there that we don't want in the biopool. It's a different kind of water. It's different organisms in the water. So we want to try and protect against that by just guiding the water tank off of the land rather than into the biopool. And if it just came out of here into here, it would all shoot into the biopool and then go off the land. We're just going to bypass that now. Yeah.
The system that John is using here to manage the flow of water was partly created by us, but also partly inherited from the folk who called this home before us. It took us ages to get our bearings with water management when we first moved to this farm, so to be able to control it now feels pretty good.
Okay. Right, boys, let's go really quickly. Come. Quick. Okay, this water is pretty smelly. Definitely don't really want that going into the biopool. It's too old, Crusoe, yeah. We definitely don't want that going in the biopool. So that's where the water's coming out. And it's going down over here into a pipe that's going underneath the ground. That's going to take a little while, isn't it, to empty? Have we seen any fish come out yet, boys?
None.
None? Okay, let's keep our eyes peeled, hey?
Dad, I see some bubbles.
Well, we opened the tap really a lot, and then the water just, of course, came out really fast. So I've closed it off just a little bit. There's all the fish. Well, we had some huge amount of water coming out there for a little while, so definitely slowing it down has been a real win. It started to head down to... It's a good job Tara's not here. I'd be in trouble. Look, we've got floods going down towards the house. We don't need that.
I think there's two things we all really need at this time of year, and that is really great deals on really amazing products. And I've got an epic one for you today, so do not skip this bit. I promise you it's worth sticking around. And the second thing I think we need is self-care and little moments which we can fit into our day without having to restructure our day. And that is why I am such a huge fan of this, my FAQ 202 LED face mask from FOREO. This has been a real game changer for me. I wanted to try one of these LED masks for ages because people that I really trust, and a lot of my friends use them, and they all talk about how amazing the results are, and I see it myself. My skin looks so much brighter after a session with this, and if I use it frequently, it's only 10 to 15 minutes a day, the difference is incredible. Smoother, brighter, the wrinkles look less defined. Now, I also love it because it doesn't have any cables or restrictions, so I can stick it on and carry on with my day. I can use it while I'm cooking, while I'm cleaning, while I'm working at the computer. John even steals it every now and then because it is just so easy to fit into your day. I've recently paired it with this red light peptide serum, and I've noticed a massive difference when I've used it with that. And I'm also just generally a big fan of FOREO in general. I've used their UFO little face mask device for ages. And you guys know me, I'm not necessarily a big fancy skincare person. I also am not averse to slapping yogurt and oats on my face sometimes too. But if you, like me, want to go that little bit extra, then use our special code. It's NEW35, and it's going to get you 35% off almost all of FOREO's products. It is also a stackable discount, so you can put it on top of their already incredible Black Friday deals and get up to 50% off. This mask also has 7 different light modes, which all target different things with your skin. It also has NIR. So it's an amazing piece of kit, packing a serious punch into something that is so convenient to fit into your life. So a reminder, that discount code NEW35, the link you need is in the description below this video. Go and check it out. Stackable discount up to 50% off almost all of their products. You're going to love it. This is the FAQ 202. Right, now let's go and buy John something he really wants. This is going to be fun.
All right, we've got a bucket ready. We've got plenty of fish swimming around in there.
We're coming to help. Dad, you can move this camera so you don't move it.
Well done. It's cold in there, for sure it's cold in there. Just going to let the boys play in there for a little while. Probably won't empty the tank completely today.
Before this place changes into something new, who remembers where it all began? It was our first summer here, 40-degree heat, I was pregnant with Sawyer, and it was Joao's first project with us. We had a pigsty that needed demolishing, a strong Afrikaner on site, and a man with an imagination.
We make that the seating area.
2 years ago, a reservoir turned into a couch swimming pool.
Yay!
Then it became a fish tank,
Diddy, go!
sustaining our veg through the summers to follow, and now it's starting a new story as our not tank, or should we call it watershed? It's quite the journey for a humble tank at the top of a forgotten farm in Portugal, and I for one am pretty excited to see what happens next.
You going to see?
I need some help.
Okay, should we go and get coffee break, tea break, get changed? What do you think?
Yeah.
It's getting cold.
It's really raining.
It's going to start, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, we'll take that for Mum for later when she gets back, will we? That's it. Throw the bottom bit, Crusoe. Throw the bottom bit back on the ground. That's it. Snap it off. Throw the bottom bit in the ground. That's it. That's very good. That'll grow another mushroom next year. We take that and we go and put it in the kitchen. All right, tea break, boys, because it's starting to rain. Tea break.
And also get changed.
And also get changed. In the meantime, we've got a digger here, and there should be quite a lot going on in terms of the next project or the next stage of the build. Let's have a look at what's going on down here. I'll show you exactly what's going to happen next. Now, the boys have been planting on the staircase some of the nut grass. So first things first, we got the digger. It's not Mario today, it's one of our contractors' diggers. The plan is today to just sort of shift a few things around and start looking specifically at this wall over here and do a little bit of digging out as well. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be dragging some of this, well, it's kind of like very permeable, quite soft rock. We're going to be cutting that away so that when it rains, the water is basically sloping or moving away from the house rather than going into the house. That's never very good, is it? Heavy rain into the house. So we'll be doing that, and we'll also be making preparations to put up a stone wall here that will come around this part here to stop the soil from coming down when it rains really heavily as well. It's that time of year, of course, remember that when it rains, it properly pours. We're going to be taking a bit of that corner away here as well. Every time I look at that house, I'm just delighted by the way the stone's gone up. And very soon, within the next week or so, we're going to be starting to put the roof on as well. Protecting the rebar inside that concrete slab from getting wet will determine the longevity of this entire structure, especially on the lower floors. So what tends to happen, and we've talked about this before, is if the concrete pillars or the concrete slab gets wet and damp, then that dampness will permeate into the concrete, and then when it does that, the rebar then gets very wet, and wet iron, of course, oxidizes. It becomes rusty, and then as it becomes rusty over a longer period of time, it'll start to grow and expand and then pop and explode, and that will weaken the structure. So taking away the earth around the edges and lowering it so the foundations are higher, that's going to be part of protecting the longevity of this house and making sure that that concrete slab is kept dry and safe and, well, for want of a better word, I suppose, healthy. Got Daniel here just helping out as well. This is the big problem here. Look, it's coming away so easily as well. I don't know why we didn't do it a lot sooner. So the stone wall that we'll be putting into place will be going up here, up to about that height there, and across between the house and the gate posts. But it will also come around the front like this. Good news, we've got the wood come now for the next project, the one that's going up on the up on the veggie garden. So here we go. There it is. Okay, not quite 2x4, but good enough. There is so much to do. Here we go. Okay, gosh, it's been such a busy morning, all over the place, literally. We've just had the guys from the window company come in and start looking at measuring up and costing up the windows. Such an interesting one, isn't it? Because you don't really think about a window as anything more than a window. But the fella's been like, okay, how do you want the window to open? Where are the lines or the crosses going to be on the window? All of these things we've needed to consider. It's been a really interesting meeting. Let's wait for the window company to get back to us and start talking to us a little bit about costings and prices and delivery dates, that kind of stuff. Really, fingers crossed. Marcus is over here now, just chopping up some more of that stone so we can start putting that into place in the wall just around the corner from here. I'm hoping that the idea can also be for that wall to use some of this stone that we've had piled up here since the very beginning of the project. Got some of that older stone right there and some of the newer stone. The stone that was also the wrong colour, the greyer stone that we didn't put into the build. So I think a lot of that stone will be able to be moved. Okay, again, hey Marcus. Again, I've been sat at the computer working away and Marcus has been here building. He's using really thick stones at the moment by the looks of things just to make sure that everything is held in place. But that's going up super quickly. I love it. Nice. I'm thinking I'm going to plant a nice tall tree in that corner.
I had the world to give you, baby. I don't even have the time to tell you bedtime stories or to chase away the monsters from your mind. You can only get what I have. I'm sorry I was late today. I didn't get to see you dance the waltz. Spinning around the living room all dressed up in your mother's clothes.
Okay team, you don't often see this, but this is a new item of clothing for me. I've got a jacket on. It is raining cats and dogs and it doesn't look like it's going to stop. It looks like it's set in for the day pretty much. So we'll do our best. Marcus is down the bottom there working away with the stone wall. See how much we can get done before we just get rained off. It's too wet. It's too wet, folks. I'm not enjoying it one little bit. This is no good. You know, it's set in for the day. We're going to have to move places. Right, okay, the rain has stopped just a little bit now. I'm going to get some of this wood up the top there and just start pinning it together. See how it goes. Fingers crossed.
Now, you guys might be wondering who the bloke in the blue is. Well, over the last year or so, we've been filming with a production company for a show on Channel 4 in the UK called Help, We Bought a Village. Lots of you saw the series when it aired earlier this year and had a bunch of questions for us. One of which was, are we still doing it? So here's your answer. Yes, we are. This stuff will only air for them in the latter half of 2026. It's been a process that we've absolutely loved. We don't get paid for it, and to be honest, it had very little effect on our channel when it went live. But we've learned a bunch about production and TV, and we've made some really great friends too.
What do you think? Should we go to Fernanda's now and have something to eat?
No. Ice cream.
You're going to have ice cream, is it?
Dad, don't tell Mum. Don't tell Mum. Please don't.
Okay, I'm not going to tell Mum.
Tell anyone.
Okay, I tell you what. If you don't tell Mum I'm having a beer, I won't tell Mum that you're having an ice cream. Got it. Good.
Great idea.
So, good morning everybody. Today marks the beginning of probably the most important week of the build since we first started laying slabs here. And there's just so much pressure on this week. I can't quite get my head around it, and there's so much that could really go wrong. So we have got, well, let's start at the beginning. The first thing that's important to know is that this week is the week that we're trying to get the roof on. That is what is so important and so pivotal. The things that have made that really tricky is, first of all, we are just coming out of 2 weeks of some of the most intense weather we've ever had since we got to Portugal. We've had about 10 days of torrential rain, unbelievable rain. I've never, ever, ever seen anything like it. And this entire build site is completely and utterly flooded. We're walking in about 2 inches of water throughout the building. Now, that is a problem because there's so much water on the roof of the house itself. And that water needs to go before we can insulate the ceiling and throw the last concrete slab over the insulation and then get the tiles on. But there is water on every single level. You can hear it, I'm sure. They've actually had to drill holes in the slab to get the water to move through the building because it's just collected everywhere. Now we need that to dry a little bit before we start insulating and before we start putting slabs down and before we move on to the next stage of the roof. But we also need 4 days of dry weather in order to do that. We have a 4-day window. Whether or not we're able to get that done in time, and if the forecast changes, we are in a bit of trouble. And the reason that window is so tight, obviously, is because winter is here. Well, it's definitely at the door, knocking, about to open. This part of Portugal is renowned for lots and lots of rain in the winter, and it has certainly arrived with a bang. So we need to try and get the roof on so that the house is at least a little bit watertight before the winter sets in. We haven't managed to be able to afford to do a window and door order, so sadly, it's not going to be fully sealed before the main rains set in. We're going to have to try and board everything up a little bit just to keep it a bit dry. And obviously, we are soon going to be setting off for our very first stint in Zimbabwe. So there's a lot riding on the next 4 days, and it's pretty stressful. Over this last course of the weather, we had incredible thunder and lightning. I don't know, it'd be really interesting to know if any of you guys are in Portugal what you think, because I've never ever experienced electric storms like it. We had one crack of lightning in the middle of the night. I actually thought the world was ending. It was the most phenomenal boom, and it tripped all of our electricity. All of our breakers went down. So there's definitely something going on. You know, it feels the whole atmosphere feels very electric, and I think it feels very, very intense right now. Look at this, you guys. This is the bottom bedroom. Like, it's an extraordinary amount of water. So after that monumental crack of thunder and lightning on, what night was it? It was Friday night. We had all of this extraordinary lightning. And we were lying in bed thinking it must have struck something. Absolutely, with certainty, it struck something very, very close to our house, especially to have made all of the... Oh my gosh, Obi. Dude, you're not allowed on the scaffolding. That is very nerve-wracking. This dog has got absolutely zero concept of heights or fear. Obi, come here. Come here. Oh, look at that view though, guys. Let's just have a moment for the view, because that is so beautiful. With the autumn colours, the sun peeping through. Oh man, this is just incredible, isn't it? Anyway, as I was saying, Friday night was the night of the monumental thunderstorm where all of our electricity tripped, and we woke up in the morning thinking it must have struck something. So we walked around and we checked all the trees. There was nothing down. The house was obviously fine because we could, you know, tell that our plugs and things weren't working, and John just went out and flicked up all of the switches and the electricity came back on, which was fine. But we were very worried that the crane had been hit by the lightning, because obviously it's a huge conductor sticking, you know, it's like the highest point on our little mountain is our crane. So we messaged Joachim and José, our contractors, and said, look, Monday, obviously, there is so much riding on the success of Monday, and we really need equipment to be working. So what we didn't want was for them to arrive this morning and go, well, the crane's been struck by lightning. We need to get a new crane on site, because that would just wipe out the entire week, put us a whole, you know, it would have been a total disaster. Thankfully, they came on Saturday immediately, like jumped in the car, drove over, checked the crane. Thankfully, it wasn't the crane that got struck. So, phew, because that would have been a total, well, yeah, a total cock-up, as John would say. So anyway, the crane is working. They've just switched the generator on. They're just going to get going. I think they've got a bit more cornicing to do. It's going to be really hard to film for you guys, because the only way to access the roof now is by the scaffolding. Look, Crusoe, look! Blue skies!
Yay! I really want blue skies.
It's been a lot of rain, hasn't it, buddy?
6 days or 14 days of blue skies.
Let's hope.
18.
18, I don't think so. I think 4. We got 4 days of blue skies.
That's a lot.
It's been an intense few weeks, and we've certainly got a lot riding on the next few. But here's your reminder, guys, in case you need it as much as we do. No rain, no flowers. After the storm passes, when the sun comes back out again, the light always has a special kind of glow. Thank you for being with us for all of it, and we'll see you lovely people next time.